Welcome to English Teach. This video is created for learners who want more than ordinary English practice. This is not just a listening exercise. This is a story that slowly pulls you in, makes you think, and stays with you long after it ends. In this video, you will practice English listening and speaking through a deep, mysterious, and emotionally engaging story using the shadowing technique. This story is about coincidence, curiosity, fear, and the strange moment when reality no longer feels normal. It begins like any ordinary day. Nothing unusual, nothing dramatic. Just another quiet morning filled with routine. The kind of day most people forget. But sometimes the most unforgettable moments begin in the most ordinary ways. The story follows a person who believes life is predictable. They follow the same schedule, walk the same streets, think the same thoughts. They believe control brings safety and routine brings peace, until one unexpected moment changes everything. One simple encounter, a stranger. At first, it feels meaningless, just a short conversation, a few words exchanged between two people who should never matter to each other. But something feels different. The stranger speaks calmly, too calmly, not friendly, not threatening, just certain. And then they say something impossible, something deeply personal, something no stranger should ever know. A detail from the past, a thought never spoken aloud, a memory hidden even from close friends. At that moment, curiosity replaces comfort. The mind begins searching for explanations. Logic tries to take control. Maybe it was a guess, maybe coincidence, maybe imagination. But then the stranger continues speaking, and this time it is not about the past. It is about the future. Not vague predictions, not poetic ideas, but clear, simple sentences, the kind that feel heavy the moment you hear them. Words that land slowly, but stay forever. A warning, a choice, a moment that has not happened yet. And suddenly, the ordinary world no longer feels safe, because the future was never supposed to be something you could hear. The story slowly unfolds as the mind struggles between belief and denial. Part of you wants to laugh it off, to return to comfort, to forget the entire conversation. But another part cannot ignore it, because deep inside, something feels true. A quiet voice begins to grow louder. What if it wasn't random? What if some moments in life are not accidents? What if certain encounters are meant to wake us up? As the day continues, everything begins to feel slightly different. Familiar places feel unfamiliar. Simple sounds feel louder. Time feels slower. And thoughts become heavier. The stranger's words repeat again and again inside the mind, not as noise, but as echoes, each repetition adding more weight. The story explores the strange tension between fear and awareness, because sometimes the scariest thing is not danger, it is clarity. The moment when you suddenly see your life from the outside, the moment when you realize how fragile time really is, and how easily it slips away. The story moves deeper into reflection. Memories begin to surface. Moments, once ignored, now feel important. Small decisions begin to look like turning points. And slowly a question forms. If you knew what was coming, would you live differently? Would you speak more honestly? Would you take more risks? Would you stop delaying the life you secretly want? This is where the story becomes personal. because it stops being about the stranger and starts being about you, about the quiet thoughts you rarely share, the dreams you keep postponing, the fears you pretend not to have. As you listen, you may begin to notice something subtle. The mystery is not outside, it is inside. The real tension is not about whether the stranger was real. It is about whether we are truly awake in our own lives. The story does not rush. It moves slowly, like real thoughts do, with pauses, with silence, with space to feel. This makes it perfect for shadowing practice. As you listen, your brain absorbs more than vocabulary. You absorb rhythm, emotion, natural phrasing. You learn how English feels, not just how it sounds. How to practice with this video. Listen carefully to each sentence, pause when needed, repeat immediately after the voice. Do not just copy the words, copy the feeling. Let your voice carry the same weight, the same calm, the same tension. This is how real fluency grows, not through speed, but through awareness. Do not worry about mistakes. Do not chase perfection. Speak clearly, speak slowly, speak honestly. Even if your voice feels uncertain at first, continue. Confidence grows quietly, the same way understanding grows, little by little, sentence by sentence. This video is ideal for long, focused practice. You can listen to it when the world is quiet, when your mind is open, when you want more than mechanical learning. Because this story is not only about mystery, it is about awakening. The realization that life is not endless, that time is not guaranteed, that someday is not a real plan. And sometimes, all it takes is one moment, one sentence, one unexpected encounter to see everything differently. As the story reaches its final moments, one last thought remains. Maybe the stranger was never the mystery. Maybe the real mystery is how often life tries to wake us up and how often we choose to sleep. Take your time with this story. Listen more than once. Repeat without rushing. Each repetition brings clarity. Each sentence builds confidence. Language learning is not only about memory, it is about presence. And stories like this remind us of something important. Understanding a language and understanding life often grow together. Thank you for spending this time with English Teach. Stay curious, stay present, and keep listening not only to English, but to the quiet moments that change everything.